Hey guys, Matt here, and today I'm going to bring us a 36-6 in Halo 4. Now, for any of you Call of Duty guys, I know that I would never post this as a Call of Duty gameplay, score-wise, but for Halo, it's pretty decent, so might as well post it. Now, you're going to see how bad I am with Sticky Launcher, but that's besides the point. Now, let me get into what I want to talk about today. Now, in my last video, my last Halo video, I said that I was going to review the multiplayer once I understood it a bit more and once I actually got a feel for the game. And now that I've had it for over a week, I actually feel as if I can give a honest review. Now, the multiplayer, when everything is going good, is great. I deeply enjoy the game. However, there are major annoyances which, at least for me, unless they're fixed, will definitely deter the lifespan of the game. Now, first off is the lag. Now, I didn't really experience lag in a 6v6 playlist, however, I haven't been able to play them, and I'll speak about that later, but I've been playing Big Team Infinity Slayer a lot, and the lag is inexcusable. They pick hosts which are unable to properly host, and honestly, it's terrible. I don't know how 343 go from a game like Reach, and yes, I know Reach was made by Bungie, but it was modified by 343. But I don't know how they go from a game like Reach, which had the perfect netcode. I never had any trouble with connection, and then they go to this game where half the games I lag out. It is abysmal. Another thing is the skill-based matchmaking. Now, in Halo 3, they did this great. In Halo 4, however, it is incredibly broken. I'm not quite sure what went wrong in the process, however, every time I try to play just a normal Infinity Slayer, I'm unable to do that because the people that they pair me with are generally absolutely terrible, and the enemy team, it seems like they're always great. I don't quite understand it, and I know it wouldn't be on purpose, but I feel as if they're putting people in ranks which they shouldn't. And you'll notice it. You'll notice someone going 110 because they're not to the level in which they were put into. And I'm not quite sure the reasoning behind that. It could be because of how early the game is. Maybe that person has went on a really good streak for a certain amount of games, but at the moment, the skill-based matchmaking is broken, and that's why I haven't been able to play Infinity Slayer. But for some reason, it works fine in the larger playlist. I don't understand why, so I can't really explain my reasoning for that, but whatever. And another thing, and this one gets me the most, as I find it completely inexcusable for a console game to have, and that happens to be frame rate lag. Now, for those of you who don't know, Halo runs some 30 frames per second. Now, that is fine. However, I'm guessing because of how much power it takes to run Halo 4 and how weak the Xbox is at this point, it's not able to run the game how it should. It runs it at a level which is below 30 most of the time. And when you're playing with 30 FPS game, that's inexcusable. As with a game that runs as steady 60, every now and then a frame rate issue isn't that bad, as you're probably only dropping down to like the 30s or 40s. However, when you're dropping down in Halo, you're going from 30 to like 15, which is completely unplayable. And that has completely soured my experience with this game. And that, along with the lag, and the two are not always connected, as you can have frame rate issues because of lag, but the majority of time for frame rate issues is just purely because of the game itself. And it's understandable why that would happen on a PC, when you're doing PC gaming, of course, but when you're doing console gaming, everything is supposed to be the developers are supposed to make the game that will run perfectly on that system because it runs the same on each console. It's not like PC gaming where everyone has a different system. But that's my little rant on frame rate issues, which, again, abysmal. Another thing is the ordnance packages. I'm not quite certain on them yet. I like them in certain aspects, however, for others, they completely ignore me. There's no reason why a player that can work really hard to get Orion's package in a relatively short amount of time, and that generally says that they're better at the game, they're more skillful than their opponent. There's no reason why they should get a terrible loadout where like the Needler is the best thing in there, or they only have frag grenades and pulse grenades in there, when the opponent that takes half the game is able to get an incineration cannon. I hate the fact that it's luck based. I understand the reason for that. However, I feel as if for certain weapons like the incineration cannon, the rocket launcher, fuel rod cannon, something like that, they should be purely on they should just be on the map. Something like Halo 3 and Halo 2 did, where the weapons were scattered across the map, and if you want a power weapon, you go get them. I feel as if, like for certain weapons, they're just too strong to be able to get out of luck, as the wrong people can get them that don't actually deserve such a thing. At least with them being on the map, everyone has a fair chance of getting them. But that's my 2 cents on it. I want to hear from you guys on everything. And I understand a large portion of my audience does not have Halo, but again, I would like to hear from you guys, Matt, and peace to the out.